The next Apex event looks absolutely awesome, and I think it has more changes than some seasons have. But now we've got the full patch notes, a few more changes have been revealed that I wasn't able to cover yesterday, including changes to ranked, big changes to duos, and more. And by the way, the reason I wasn't able to cover these patch notes yesterday is because I had an early version of the patch notes and these are from the final version. But first, we've got an official preview of the Flatline mythic skin, and here it is. We saw a bit of it in the trailer, but this is an official preview video and it looks pretty flashy. This seems to be one of the new inspect animations where the character basically replaces the engine of the gun, which is pretty cool to be honest. I really want to see what the reload animations of this look like though, because Respawn do change the reload animations on mythic weapons, and those are the animations you're gonna see the most, so they are a big buying factor. Although, after watching the gameplay trailer for this event, it does seem like the Flatline mythic is kind of partially inspired by some sort of shotgun or grenade launcher, as it seems when you cock the weapon, it has a giant charging handle on the side, which looks hefty and awesome. I really hope it has good general animations, because to be honest, the Mythic R301 had some beautiful reload animations, and that's what made it good. It had nice general animations. Also, very quickly, we got a look at every single skin from this event. We got this Pathfinder skin, and then an absolutely beautiful Valkyrie skin, where she actually has elf ears. So this is almost like a Dungeons and Dragons Valkyrie skin. Very interesting concept, and also she has horns. I really like this. Additionally, we got a Conduit skin. Honestly, not the biggest fan of this. Also, we got a new Vantage skin, really smooth, really awesome, and it looks like it would come with the pre-order of Black Ops 7, to be honest. Like, I think it's the body with the core inside. Also, we get this Catalyst skin, which I wasn't too interested in at the start, but I do really like the fact that she just has a giant hole inside her abdomen. Like, that's really cool, a really cool depth effect. I really like this. I don't know, I think my general opinion towards Apex skins is I have the ones I like, so anything super unique does catch my attention. Additionally, for the legend skins, we do get this Lifeline skin, which we saw from the back yesterday, but this is the front. She has kind of a sparkly outfit and she's covered in crystals. Really nice, to be honest. Over to the legendary weapons, we have this Volt SMG, I'm pretty sure. Additionally, there's going to be a bow skin in this event, and the bow is getting a few buffs, so it's not really a surprise. Also, we get this Nemesis, which is themed after the Pathfinder skin. We get this Prowler, which has a really nice, like, translucent tech effect. It reminds me of those old Game Boys with a translucent case, so you can see the tech inside, and I love that aesthetic. So the fact that it's partially replicated here is pretty cool. Also, we get this Mastiff skin with a kind of similar effect, and this L-Star skin, which is under the same style as the Valkyrie skin with the static waves. I'm a big fan of this, to be honest. It's a shame you have to gamble for the skins. Over to the reward shop, we are going to have another opportunity to get free event packs, as in the first week of the reward shop you can pick up an event pack, an event badge, Battle Pass stars, crafting materials, a Rampart emote, an epic pack, and also on the right side you can have earnable badges. In the second week, you'll once again be able to get a second event pack, a normal Apex pack, Battle Pass stars, crafting materials, a tape deck charm, and also an epic pack. Some good news that I didn't get in my early patch notes is that there's more DDoS protection. There have been many reports lately that DDoSing has been hitting Apex again. So luckily, Apex are taking a bit of action. It seems they didn't have the best DDoS protection when they moved to their new servers, but now they've reintegrated the Steam Datagram Relay on their new game servers. So there's now added protection against DDoS effects. They said, we have enabled Steam Datagram Relay in 100% of Diamond and Masters ranked matches, and are happy to report that we've seen a 90% drop in suspected DDoS attacks since. We'll continue rolling this out to more matches, but first we're carefully monitoring statistics to ensure that players are benefiting without adverse effects to network conditions like packet loss and latency. Now let's go on to some pretty big changes I wasn't able to tell you yesterday. So over in the modes section of the patch notes, Respawn revealed they have made changes to duos, because I would imagine right now, apart from Mixtape, Duos is the least played mode in Apex. The other day I did a poll on Twitter and my YouTube community, and it seems Unranked doesn't have as many players anymore as more people are playing Wildcard. So that means Duos, a part of Unranked, is going to have way less players, so I think Respawn had to change the lobbies to allow people to queue into Duos faster, as they reduced the squad count to 15 from 30 in Duos, which means the player count is now 30 from 60, which is a pretty large change. Because of this change, the ring starts partially closed and timings of the ring are adjusted. So kind of like Wildcard essentially, where you drop into the map and the ring is partially closed. Also, the dropship now starts at the edge of the ring, so you just get to the ground faster and you don't drop into the ring, and the ring closes 4 times in Duos. This is a pretty big change, and I'm 90% sure the reason this change has been made is once again because Wildcard has stolen some players from Unranked, therefore it takes way longer to queue into Unranked and even longer to queue into Duos, so this just makes it, on paper, 2 times faster to queue into Duos. Over on Ranked, we've had a pretty crazy change which was pretty hidden in the patch notes, so get ready for this. First of all, for the Ranked ladder, entry cost is no longer included in Ranked ladder scoring, but if we scroll down a tiny bit to the bottom of the patch notes in the quality of life section, Respawn say, added a For You section in the shop that contains personalized offers that rotate weekly, but over on Ranked, they have removed the Jump Master, so now all teammates skydive independently, which is a pretty sizable change, and everyone gets a lot more independence and autonomy, but also I guess randoms might be that little bit more annoying. Good news for me though, who only plays Wildcard, Respawn have reduced the size of the Wildcard respawn notifications, which is good. But honestly, these are some surprisingly sizable changes to the game. I'm excited to see how it runs though, and Respawn are actively just tuning the game to make it the best it can be. By the way, in yesterday's patch notes we were confused what Respawn meant by enhanced jumping on Seer and ADS hover on Seer when he's inside the radius of his ultimate. And I think from the Wild Iron event trailer we got some confirmation on what the enhanced jumping is, and it looks really cool. As in the Wild Iron event there are no wildcards that would allow players to double jump. Yet, in this trailer, Seer pops off a double jump. So I do think right now, it seems at least, that Seer is going to have double jump when in his ultimate, which is yet another reason to play him, and also another legend with double jump, and also more movement in Apex. Really cool stuff. I really cannot wait to play Seer when this update comes out. We also have a few smaller legend changes which I wasn't able to cover yesterday because they weren't in my patch notes. On Alter, her Celestial Essence skin will play the effect correctly. On Caustic, Respawn fixed an exploit that allowed him to glitch research points and get them faster. On Maggie, her attack no longer deals up to 33% less damage than intended. I didn't know this was a bug. God knows how long this has been a bug. Over on her Wrecking Ball, it no longer gets caught or reflected backwards from friendly Mirage decoys. So basically, they fixed what they should have fixed a long time ago, but once again, I guess the Maggie rework is the time for it. Over on Rampart, the Hexagon effects are no longer missing from the Amped Shield, which I guess is an issue, but this update's going to be pretty crazy, and to those people who only play duos, because I know what it's like, back in the day I only played duos as well, how is this going to affect you? And also subscribe to keep updated in case more changes come out.